Okay, let me get comfortable here. Woo! Okay, so welcome to Wellness Wednesday. Hey sis. Now today on Wellness Wednesday, we're gonna do it a little bit differently. We normally cover wellness in regards to mental wellness, spiritual wellness, physical wellness. But today we will be covering violations and suspension for TikTok Shop. You're probably thinking, well, Crystal, what does this have to do with wellness? Nothing. The reason why we're covering it is because my last video that I did post regarding TikTok Shop, or should I say the video from last week on TikTok Shop, which was how to set up your TikTok Shop with less than 5,000 subscribers. You guys have left me so many comments, so many concerns. You guys have sent so many emails, and because I can't get to all of them, I figured why not create a video so we can just address everything. And we're gonna cover pretty much the suspensions and violations that have been happening for people who are trying to start TikTok Shop with less than 5,000 followers. Now, if you've been on TikTok Shop for a while, you know that they do this often, where they go through and they have an algorithm that just goes out and suspends and violates different accounts on TikTok Shop. The last one we saw was about a month ago, where they went through and they started to ban so many different TikTok shops that were promoting cups that look like the Stanley Cup. And they pretty much said because they were selling cups saying that they looked like, or they were comparable to, or they were Stanley Cups, if you said any of those things, your account got shut down simply because of counterfeit issues. The problem was some people actually were selling Stanleys. The other problem is some people never said it was a comparable. The other problem is some people never said that their cup was a Stanley Cup, but that it was better, and yet they lost their account. And so we've seen TikTok Shop do this and how it can have huge issues down the line because they don't do it effectively. And so I have my iPad here. I want to pull up the email that most of you have received when you try to launch and start your TikTok Shop with less than 5,000 followers. And it states, this is to inform you that you have received a violation record due to we have noticed activity from your shop that violates our TikTok Shop policies. That wasn't even a clear sentence. As a result, your shop has been deactivated. The details are as follows. We have noticed activity from your shop that violates our TikTok Shop policies. As a result, your shop has been deactivated. You just said the same thing, okay. The shop has been permanently closed. The settlement and withdrawal of shop earnings is suspended. If you believe the enforcement action was taken in error, you can send an image of your state business registration document and ID card next to a handwritten note with your shop name and the date. We ask that you also provide supporting documents with a minimum of 2 of the following: warehouse documents displaying warehouse address, inventory invoices, bank statements, IRS documents showing registered business name and address, or recent utility bills that show your registered shop name and address. And so as you can see, they sent out this automatic response that pretty much says nothing. It's so vague, it's not concise. You still don't know exactly what's causing you to have a violation when you're simply trying to set up your store. Okay, and if you go to your seller's account, you'll notice that it'll also say that your account is deactivated up top here. And so if you go down to your account health, it tells you that your shop has been closed. When I go over to violations, it literally just restates everything the email has already stated. Of course, the appeal status says that it's being enforced, but you do have an option here to appeal this violation. One thing I will tell you about the appeals is that you can appeal 2 times. After you appeal twice, you will not be able to appeal again. Now, a lot of you guys might be asking, why is this even happening? I just went in to set up an account. How could I even receive a violation? So I will tell you the reason why all of this is happening, at least from what I believe, is because everyone is jumping on TikTok Shop. And because everyone is jumping on TikTok Shop, TikTok is having a hard time crossing those T's and dotting those I's, just having those checks and balances in place. And so I noticed even about 3 weeks ago when my husband went to set up his faceless TikTok Shop account, he did first get hit with, you know what? It wasn't 3 weeks ago. It was over Christmas break. So this is December, going into the 1st or 2nd week of January. He got hit with, your ID is already being used. And he asked me, did you use my ID to set up your accounts? And I was like, no, why would I do that? I have an ID, I have a passport. No, I did not. And he says, well, I got an email saying that I could not be qualified because the ID is already in use. And from there, he went around, he submitted his passport, and he ended up getting through. But we had no idea, but we were so shocked to get that someone was possibly using his ID for TikTok Shop. So that is one of the main reasons why TikTok is trying to cut down, because even though there's so many people jumping on board, there are people that are doing illegal things like stealing people's identity and trying to set up shops when they're not really that person. The only bad thing is they're really using an algorithm to shut down all of these accounts. And so we have issues like ours. And so we have issues like yours. And so we have issues like the ones that you guys are experiencing, where you're a brand new account and you're getting the same violation notice that someone who's already been selling is getting, when all you're doing is setting up an account and you haven't even sold anything. So here's my recommendation on all of this. If you've already submitted an appeal, that's fine. I personally would not submit a second appeal. If you have gotten this violation and you just set up your TikTok Shop account as an individual. That's the main issue that we're having here, is that if you are a business, then you need to provide them with all of the information that they're asking for. If you're an individual and you set your account up as an individual, like my TikTok video told you to do, then you should be going through the route of submitting a ticket. When you submit this ticket with customer service, you're pretty much letting them know that the information that they're asking for doesn't match, because you're not a business, you're a person, and you would not have business documents if you're a sole person running a TikTok shop. Once you open this ticket, I'm going to be honest with you, from what I've been told, you're going to have to keep this ticket open for a while, at least a few weeks. You're going to get a response back that you're going to get that standard algorithm response back that they need the documents. You're going to have to then respond with, this does not apply to me. I am just a sole person. I'm not a business. I don't have any of this information. This should not apply. Please open my account again. Please open up my account. This only applies to businesses and I'm not a business. Again, you're going to possibly get the same exact response for a while until an actual person takes over this open ticket and starts to manually process and help you. I know this is frustrating, but again, this is TikTok's way of trying to cut down on all of the illegal activities that have been happening with people that's trying to jump on TikTok Shop and do illegal things behind the scenes. They just have a sucky way of cracking down. They're using some type of algorithm versus actual people, and that's what's causing the issue for people like yourself and me who have individual accounts and should not be required to submit any documentation. Now, I've gotten questions from some people saying, now what does this mean for those people who did not get a violation? We don't have a suspension, but we do have a TikTok shop that has been set up, and we set it up with less than 5,000 followers. Are they gonna come shut down our accounts? Hey guys, it's Future Crystal. I just wanted to jump in here to give you the latest information to answer this question in regards to if you started a TikTok shop as a seller and linked it to a TikTok shop with less than 5,000 and you've had yours for days, weeks, or months and you've been using it, are they gonna go back and shut you down? And from what I've been told yesterday, today is Sunday, Super Bowl Sunday to be exact, and this will air on Wednesday, is that they will be going back and shutting down those accounts. Now, how they're gonna shut them down, what pattern they're gonna follow, what system, has not been disclosed, but I have been told they're gonna look at several different things. So if you have a seller's account that you link to a TikTok shop that has less than 5,000, but you're actually selling 1 or 2 items or just an item period, and you're an actual seller and you're using the seller portion, I have been told that they will take that into consideration, because technically you should be able to have a seller's account and be able to still do affiliates for TikTok shop. Now, if you have that seller's account, you have less than 5,000 followers and you're not selling anything, that's when your account might get flagged. If you have a seller's account and you have a TikTok shop that you started with less than 5,000, but it now has surpassed the 5,000 followers, but when you started and linked it, it did not, from what I hear, they will take that into consideration and you possibly will be okay. If you have a seller's account that is linked to a TikTok shop that has less than 5,000 followers and anything looks suspicious, they will be flagging those accounts. You might be asking, well, what's suspicious? I'll be honest, I have no idea. This could be an influx of commission sales out of nowhere. This could be an influx of purchases out of nowhere. They're really just trying to crack down on illegal activity as well as prevent people who's setting up the seller account who's actually not selling. It sounded to me as if they have no problem with you signing up as an individual seller and having the TikTok shop with less 1,000 followers linked to it, as long as you're selling. And so I would say, one, if you have something you can sell, try and sell it to be able to keep your account open. Two, every single day that you get paid, every single day that earnings hits your account in TikTok shop, you need to make sure you're transferring them out, because once they do shut down these accounts, any of the funds that you have already made, they will hold on to. I have been told that after 90 days, there's a possibility that they will release those funds, but it's not guaranteed, since technically you started a seller account, you linked it to a TikTok shop, and you're not actually a seller. So I personally recommend that if you are using this roundabout way, that you are transferring your money out of these accounts every single day. And last but not least, how soon will this start? From what I've been told, it's already happening. That if you have a seller account, it's possible that if you have a seller's account and you've had it for weeks or months and you are not selling anything and you still do not have 5,000 followers on your TikTok, that they have went in and started to close down these sellers accounts. I hope this does not discourage you from even starting, because if you look at my situation here, I started my seller's account. I started a brand new TikTok 11/1. I posted 13 videos and I ended the month at about 200 followers. December, I posted 10 videos and I ended the month at about 350 followers. And then January, I posted 19 videos and I ended with over 6,000 followers. Just imagine if I had did those 19 videos, my month 1 or even my month 2, I would have hit that 5,000 sooner than 90 days. So I hope this doesn't discourage you from just continuing on. If they have not shut you down, continue on. Know that your funds may get held up, but if you already have it linked, it's already working for you, haven't actually had a violation, your store isn't shut down now, why give up? I promise you, with one great viral post, your account can take off and you can get those 5,000 followers in a day, if not hours. So stay the course. I'm sorry if this puts a damper on your day, and I hope this doesn't cause any type of anxiety for those who are afraid that if I continue doing this, they're gonna hold my funds and then it'll be as if, what did I work for? Remember, you can get 5,000 followers just like that. So me personally, I would say the course. Okay, back to the rest of the original video. Thank you guys. Also, someone actually set up their account. They were approved. They made sales their first day, and the next day they got this email that their account was going to be suspended in violations and they were not going to be able to get their funds. Please note that from what I've been told is that after 90 days, since violations fall off after 90 days, TikTok will release those funds to you. But you are going to have to wait the 90 days until the violation does fall out. But you are going to have to wait the 90 days until the violations do fall off, but your account will not be reinstated. So just to summarize, the reason why you're getting all of these violations and suspension is because there's a huge algorithm going in trying to crack down on illegal activity. We've seen it before a couple of weeks ago when people were promoting Stanleys that were not Stanleys. Even in that case, people that actually were promoting Stanleys got hit and their stores got shut down. Because it is an algorithm, it can't really decipher. And so what we're noticing is that this algorithm that's going out and shutting down accounts, even though you're setting yourself up as an individual, believes that you're a business and they're asking for business documents that you do not have. My personal recommendation would not be to appeal, because to appeal means you have to submit documents, which you don't have because you're an individual, but to open up a trouble ticket with customer service. Keep the ticket open for weeks, continuously stating that this does not apply to you, that you do not have documents, that you are just a person, you're not a business, until an actual person takes over the open ticket and works with you manually. Hopefully I was able to answer all of your questions. Hopefully I was able to bring some type of clarity to what's going on and what you should do in regards to your next steps. If you have any further questions, Friday at noon, I will be live here on YouTube to discuss all things TikTok Shop. Thank you guys for tuning in. You have an amazing day, but most important, go be intentional with having a blessed day.